Ghost of Yotei debuts as PS5 exclusive, stands alone as Sony's Sucker Punch. Now, this is the main topic for today's show, recommended by our official host. Take it away, Empress. Tell us about this game, why it's awful, and why the lead actress for the main character is a terrorist sympathizer.
Oh, boy. Okay, well... Ghost of Yotei. Well, starting from the very beginning, once upon a time there was a very amazing game that I played from start to finish, called Ghost of Tsushima, and it was great with this male protagonist. And then I thought to my naive self that I'm going to have a continuation of this game. But no, we have a game with this very not pleasantly looking woman who is, I don't know, I mean, what the heck is she doing there? Nobody knows. But the point is that because they changed everything for absolutely no apparent reason, now this game's gonna flop, and PlayStation is going to hurt its reputation. What we talked about previously, that they had the best exclusive games, and now all of a sudden they're going to just put out slop, I guess. Now, when it comes to the very quality of the game itself, we are not really sure because we haven't played it, and I will not buy it and support it. But the point is that this game is already ruined by all the controversies that are surrounding it, by the fact that the actress cannot stop talking about stuff, the fact that she is from Antifa. So basically, to me, in my eyes, she is criminal supporter, if not herself doing something that we don't know. It's not exactly not criminal. Who knows? She's also out of shape, which is another topic, because when I saw her just coming onto stage yesterday for the promotion of the game, she looked like, 20 kgs larger than her character in the game.
She looked like one of the crones in Witcher 3.
You're going
to get told off in the chat for making fun of people who can't help it. So apologies for that.
No, it's perfectly fine. Thank you to Furious Dan for the $5 donation, saying... Digni os brother Raja 20,000 Maja Rajas for a new boat, for a new boat.
Hey, okay, I live in Slough. Can you be careful, please? Like, seriously.
Yeah, please, Digni, just put some kind of a,
I thought my Uber Eats was here for a second.
Look, Furious. But Furious Dan does this all the time, and no one says, dial it back, Dan. No. But when I say it, it's somehow explosive. But thank you, Dan. We appreciate Dan. We need more people like Furious Dan in this community. Thank you very much for your donation. As we spit roast Ghost of Yotei, because Erica needs something. She needs something. I'm telling you that right here, right now. I've covered this before. Daz has covered this recently as well. Ghosts of Tsushima was a fantastic game that stayed true to the origins of that story, of that time period. And what does Sucker Punch decide to do? They embody their namesake, Sucker Punch their franchise. And it didn't even need to be a franchise. It could have been its own story that would have lasted the ages and get remade in 20 years. The Square Enix approach. That sort of thing. But no, we're going to make this new game. We're going to put our own perspective on it. It's going to be hundreds of years in the future, but still be the same kind of game. And we're going to have a female lead. She's going to be the bestest ever, and the lady who's going to run it is going to be an insufferable lady part.
An insufferable lady part.
Yeah, see you next Tuesday.
It's better than saying cunt on air, Empress. So, before we continue, thank you to Levistro for being a member for a month. We appreciate all the people who have donated and all the people who are members of this great channel. It's the newest channel in the network saying the following quote: "Politics are its politics is degenerate, Levistra. The more you consume, the more your mind rots. It is why games and politics don't mix. Except for political games, they mix quite well. Games have done more for mental health." Well, we appreciate your membership milestone, and thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you.
Also, how dare you correct someone's grammar when you've said maliciousness?
That's very maliciousness of you, Jay. This is why I prefer being with Americans. They don't know how to spell grammar, never mind utilize it. But go ahead, Helzo, you were going to say something.
In my opinion, the thing about Ghost of Yotei, my personal opinion, is going to flop, or at least is going, in the best case scenario, is going to massively underperform. I have already seen some clips that showcase some technical and glitches and stuff like that, which, again, for a new release, AAA is kind of like a milestone to achieve, to be buggy at launch. No one is putting out finished games unless you're an indie studio and you actually have passion for gaming. The thing about Ghost of Yotei is that it could have been good. Not as good as Tsushima, but it could have been good. The thing for me, in my opinion, that completely buried it absolutely annihilated it, was their silence over what happened with that developer over Charlie Cook's death. That was the thing. Because anything else, like Eric Ishii being political, being Antifa, being whatever, it's one person that just doesn't know how to shut up. We are already used to such people. We're still willing to give such a game if it's a good enough game on its own, and that isn't that thing isn't inserted into a game like it was with Dragon Age Veilguard. We're still willing to give these games a chance, and more people from the streamer community on our end would have played it. And there are a lot of huge channels that would have played and they're not gonna play. But the thing with Charlie, like their silence on that, like the week-long silence, the silent firing, the no stance taken, and just the silence on X and everything, and taking, what was it, 10 days to even give a half-hearted answer that we don't agree with that, that's why we had to let her go. That's
not even that good. Awkward. Like, we think this is how we think this is bad, kind of.
Yeah. And they took no stance about it. And then you take, and then you add up Eric Ishii going, "I'm Antifa, so is my wife." Well, I mean, no. When a studio when you have a studio that actively go silent in these situations, then that's what's gonna absolutely kill any momentum on your game. And I think that's what's gonna happen with Ghost of Yotei, and it might actually be sad because the game might actually be good.
Well, it's not going to be good with this lady at the helm as an actress, folks, playing the lead character. Not in motion capture, because she's a bit hefty for the role, especially considering famine was a prevalent problem in Japan during that era. Courtesy of Gays Against Groomers, ladies and gentlemen, not to be mistaken with other organizations that have G and G in their title. Quote, "Woke gender ideology and Antifa terrorism is firmly embedded in cartoons and video games. Meet Erika Ishii, radical gender-fluid voice actor in Ghost of Yotei, which dropped today. She mocked the passing of Charlie Kirk, and this is one game we recommend you pass on." So it basically has a clip here. This is a gay who's against grooming. And I find it very interesting that Sucker Punch as a company was, before they made Ghost of Tsushima, they were famous for making the infamous franchise and ultimately destroying it with the last two awful games. And that led Well, that led to Sucker Punch rebounding with a fantastic game with Ghosts of Tsushima, which leads me to believe that that game did too well, and it attracted the poison that we've seen throughout the video game industry, the entertainment industry, and that poison infects success. That's why I think, since Helzo mentioned Expedition 33 earlier on, I think that studio is going to get poisoned in the next few years, especially if it expands with new people, because that's what the opposition does. They find something successful, they latch onto it, they poison it, they produce shit, and then the franchise dies, because that's how you kill creativity in the modern world, whether you like it or not. Here we have a leading voice actress and motion caption character for a released game, a high-profile release game, endorsing a terrorist organization. Does anything happen to her? No, of course not, because she's a leftist. And, I know folks in the chat may want to keep away from the political discourse, and I heavily sympathize with that perspective. However, we have to realize that the poison is coming from one side, right? Almost exclusively from one side. When George Floyd fell, America burned. When Charlie Kirk fell, America mourned. What does that tell you? Temple. But this is your topic, Empress. You should be leading the way.
Oh boy. Well,
what do you make of this?
What to tell you? I'm just sick of all of this, really. It should be all about the video game and not about the stupid actress who's playing the leading role and want to interject all of her ideology into her character or just be vocal or whatever. I mean, I remember when the whole thing with Gina Carano happened years ago, when actors were trying to voice their opinions on politics, and all of a sudden Gina Carano is in the news and whatever, and I'm like, oh, hold on, why are actors talking about politics? Like, what? Aren't they supposed to just do their job and be actors? So I don't know how many years ago that was by this point. 3, 4?
Around 2020, I think.
No, so 5. So since then, all the actors from gaming and movies and whatever, they all started expressing their opinions, and they're mostly all leftist and crazy.
It was kind of already there in a way. In a way, Gina Carano's situation was she spoke out against the overwhelming presence of leftist politics in the space, and it wasn't even because of the politics being leftist. She spoke out against the demonization of conservatives. That's basically all that she did.